That's not a thing. You know that, right? Cancel. The word cancel to me on social media is the funniest thing ever.
I almost threw my phone when he flicked that baby's little hand. I treat my pets with more respect than that.
Kids flinch. People flinch. It's a natural reaction. But the way that he flinched was a little concerning.
Do you guys not have real problems? Or jobs? Or school? Or family? Or kids? Or responsibilities?
He burned himself. Why is your immediate reaction have to pick your child up and run his hand under cold water? Are you okay?
I would have taken off my own jacket, my own coat, and put it on my child. Like, I get you saying $35 for a child's coat is too much, but you still had options as a mother.
Sorry, but I can't spend $35 on a toddler jacket.
We know you're all out here making money on TikTok with your videos, but you won't spend $35 on a coat so your child is not freezing in 8-degree weather?
And this woman, this mother, yanks the chair, and he literally collapses and falls on the floor. You literally hear him hit the ground.
Well, if this right here doesn't...
Like, did you do this for views? Did you intentionally pull a chair out from your toddler to make him fall on the floor?
Nurse Hannah, or as she became known, 17 Diapers mom, has become one of the most talked about figures in the parenting influencer world. Her rise to fame was as rapid as it was polarizing, capturing attention with her raw and filtered look into the chaotic life of a new mother. But with fame came scrutiny, and her recent controversies have catapulted into a much darker spotlight. At first, her content seemed harmless, a mix of relatable parenting struggles and personal anecdotes that resonated with many moms. She was the voice of those who felt overwhelmed, a symbol of imperfection in a world where social media often portrays an unattainable version of motherhood.
So I'm so sorry, Hannah. I wish I could come to your house and help you and pick up those diapers, because not everybody has somebody to help them pick them up. And I've seen your videos saying that the amount of love and support and positivity and encouragement that you've gotten from that video has far surpassed the negative comments, and that just warms my heart so much.
However, the cracks in this seemingly relatable persona began to show over time. The internet, known for its ability to both elevate and dismantle public figures, turned its attention to Hannah in a way she likely never expected. What started as harmless jokes about her nickname and chaotic home turned into serious allegations of neglect, mistreatment, and even possible abuse.
That is what she's willing to show online, and that is the other thing I cannot get over. Because imagine your only clips that you have online of your kids is bad ones. Screaming, crying, you scaring them looking petrified, them throwing food on the floor, and then all you do in these voiceovers is talk bad about them. That's another point that I wanted to make. Has anybody noticed how all of her videos are just voiceovered? Doesn't that make you wonder what's going on in the background of those videos? Because I know it makes me think that way.
Now, the situation has escalated to a level few could have predicted. Reports to Child Protective Services (CPS) have been made. Her profession as a nurse is under threat, with complaints filed to the nursing board. And yet, Hannah remains active on social media, continuing to post as if the world isn't dissecting every move she makes. This isn't just another internet drama, it's a developing story that's raising questions about parenting ethics, influencer culture, and the role of social media in holding people accountable. To understand the current uproar surrounding Nurse Hannah, we need to go back to where it all began, the video that earned her the nickname 17 Diapers Mom. The story starts with a simple vlog Hannah posted shortly after giving birth to her youngest child. At the time, her husband was away hunting, leaving Hannah alone to care for a newborn and a toddler. In the video, she walks through her house picking up diapers that were scattered across the floors, couches, and even imaginable surface. By the end of the clip, she counted 17 diapers lying around her home.
10 diapers. Then into the bedroom. This is the corner of what my side of the bed looks like at night. It's embarrassing, I know. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think if I counted right, that's 17 diapers lying around my house. No wonder my house friggin' stinks right now.
It was a chaotic, messy moment that many moms found deeply relatable. Parenthood is tough, especially in those early weeks when sleep deprivation, hormones, and sheer exhaustion take over. For many mothers, seeing someone admit to their own struggles felt like a breath of fresh air. But not everyone saw it that way. Critics quickly jumped on the video, calling it unsanitary and irresponsible. They argued that letting her home reach such a state of disarray could pose health risks for her children. Hannah, however, pushed back against the criticism, explaining that this wasn't her everyday reality. She described it as a particularly difficult day when everything spiraled out of control, a moment that many moms could sympathize with.
I've been solo parenting for the last 24 hours, so we're gonna see how many dirty diapers we have just lying around with 2 kids. I promise you, I'm not even exaggerating, this has only been 24 hours. So I'm counting just 4 diapers right here on the coffee table. So far that's what, 7 diapers, I'm pretty sure. That's just down here, like in the kitchen living room area. Let's go upstairs. I already know this is gonna be so bad.
Over time, her content started to raise eyebrows. The messy moments that once made her relatable began to feel more like red flags. And with each new controversy, the internet's view of Hannah shifted. The current scandal surrounding Nurse Hannah began with a seemingly innocent video. In the clip, Hannah and her family are out shopping. Her toddler sits in a shopping cart, looking like any other kid on a typical family outing. But what happens next is what caught everyone's attention, and not in a good way. As her husband hands the toddler a box of groceries, the child flinches. And this isn't just a casual, startled reaction. The little boy raises his hand to shield his face, as though bracing for impact. His expression shifts in a way that many viewers found deeply unsettling. To the trained eye, or even just an observant parent, the flinch seemed like more than a random movement. It looked like defensive, almost instinctual, as if the child had been conditioned to expect something negative. The internet erupted. People shared the video across platforms, analyzing every second and speculating about what could have caused such a reaction.
Then I saw the video of the child flinching in the grocery store when the dad tried to hand him the ice cream.
Delicious, and I feel like at this point they're just a Vegas tradition for us. In fact, my husband and I went to Vegas on our honeymoon in 2020.
And I got the biggest pit because, like I said in the comments, like that was a completely benign situation. It's giving, the kid often doesn't see it coming.
But she's literally letting us watch it with our own eyeballs. It's scary. I think she's not getting what she needs out of love and attention in her marriage or potentially other areas of her life as an adult. And so typically when adults feel that way, they lash out and they find something to target. And she is the one who is targeting that baby. The food, the banging on the door, the locking him in his room, nothing sounds normal to me.
Was this child being mistreated? Was he afraid of his father? The questions poured in, and so did the theories. Hannah quickly deleted the video, but by then, the damage was done. The internet had already saved and circulated the clip, ensuring it would remain in the public eye. What made the situation even more concerning was the context surrounding the video. For many viewers, this wasn't an isolated incident. It felt like part of a larger pattern of behavior that had been slowly unfolding in Hannah's content. The flinch became a symbol of everything people feared might be happening behind closed doors in Hannah's home. And as the internet delved deeper into her past videos, those fears only grew. Once the flinch video went viral, people started combing through Nurse Hannah's past content with a fine-tooth comb, piecing together moments that, when viewed in isolation, might not seem alarming but collectively painted a troubling picture. One of the first videos to resurface was from a family outing at a restaurant. In the clip, Hannah and her husband are seen enjoying a meal while their toddler sits at the table with no plate of his own. The boy looks on, visibly hungry, but instead of giving him food, his parents continue eating without acknowledging him. But it doesn't stop there. In another moment, the toddler tries to grab a fry off the table, an innocent and natural action for any child. Instead of indulging him or even gently redirecting him, one of the parents flicks his hand away. The look on the child's face afterward was heartbreaking for many viewers. This behavior raised serious questions. Why was the child being denied food? Why was he made to watch his parents eat without being included?
There's also the videos where she taunts the child with food, where the child is showing signs of hunger and he wants the food and he wants to eat the food that everybody's eating, and then take it away. Or that video where they're in the car and the child's hungry and they bought fast food for her and her husband, but then she gives the child a little piece of a nugget. She's like, oh yeah, that's enough. doesn't know. He don't need to eat anymore. But he's like showing that he wants more food. You know something about me? I trust behavior patterns before I trust the words coming out of your mouth. Like in general, people usually like to say a lot of things like, I'm a good person, I'm a good mother, I am kind, I am nice. But their behavior patterns is who they are. Something happened. Something's happened or something is happening. And the sad thing is that I was here. I was here for you, Hannah. I was in support of the 17 diaper story, but I could not support a mother who refuses to provide for her children's basic needs.
These weren't just careless parenting choices, they felt deliberate. And then there's the now infamous jacket incident. In a vlog, Hannah films herself shopping with her toddler on a bitterly cold day. She even mentioned how freezing it is, noting that her water bottle had turned to ice. While passing through the kids' clothing section, she spots a winter jacket priced at $35, but decides against buying it, claiming it's too expensive. This decision baffled viewers, especially considering that Hannah had posted videos of herself spending far more on frivolous items like Starbucks drinks or home decor. For many, this wasn't just about money, it was about priorities. What kind of parent chooses convenience or personal indulgence over their child's basic needs? The more people watched, the more these seemingly small moments began to pile up, creating an overwhelming sense of unease.
She starts the video by saying, yeah, it feels like 8 degrees outside. Cut to her son outside in a hoodie. Go to Walmart to get him a winter coat and $35 is too much? What are you talking about? Out here trying lobster rolls and ordering herself new chairs to nurse in, and her son doesn't have a winter coat?
She goes on to say that he is not allowed to spit out food or turn heads to food. What they make is what he's going to eat at 18 months old. So if that was happening as an 18-month-old, what do you think is happening at 2 years old?
As if the food denial and jacket controversy weren't enough, some eagle-eyed viewers noticed something even more alarming in Hannah's content: bruises on her toddler's face. In several videos, faint but visible marks could be seen on the child's cheeks and forehead. While bruises on children aren't uncommon, they run, they fall, they bump into things. The context of Hannah's other questionable parenting choices made these marks seem more sinister. Viewers began asking hard questions. Were these bruises the result of normal toddler accidents, or were they signs of something more troubling? Could they be connected to the child's defensive flinch in the shopping cart video? Hannah never addressed the bruises directly, but the internet wasn't letting it go. For many, this was the final straw that turned concern into action. The growing unease around Nurse Hannah's parenting choices led many viewers to take matters into their own hands. Several people on social media came forward, stating that they had reported Hannah to Child Protective Services, CPS. In these videos, individuals explained their reasoning, often citing specific moments from Hannah's content that they believed constituted neglect or emotional harm.
CPS has been contacted, not by me, but several people have reached out to me to say that they have forwarded the videos along to the proper authorities. At least that's what they're alleging, and I believe them. So this is going to get looked into. And hopefully this family receives intervention before the situation escalates into something that isn't easily reversible.
There's too much going on. And y'all, these diapers are just lying in random places around her house. Like, I'm confused. Does she not have a trash can in every room? If not, she definitely needs to do that. She doesn't need a diaper genie. She just needs to throw the diapers away, period.
Some went further, suggesting that the toddler's flinch, the lack of food, the bruises, and the jacket incident were all part of a larger pattern of mistreatment. But the reports did not stop with CPS. Hannah's profession as a nurse also came into scrutiny. Multiple people claimed to have reported her to the nursing board, questioning whether someone who made such questionable parenting decisions should be entrusted with the care of patients. For those who filed these reports, this wasn't about cancel culture or internet drama. It was about protecting a child who they felt was being failed by the very people meant to keep him safe. Despite the mounting backlash, Hannah has remained active on social media. She continues to post videos, share vlogs, and maintain a presence as if nothing out of the ordinary is happening. However, she has taken one significant step: turning off the comments on TikTok videos. To many, this felt like an attempt to silence criticism rather than address it. If she wasn't willing to engage with her audience or answer their questions, why was she truly innocent of the accusations being leveled against her?
And I really think it's our fault as viewers because we give these people the fuel to their fire. We watch their content, we follow them, we hit like, we engage, we keep these people employed. Because unfortunately on TikTok, we like to reward bad behavior, crappy parenting. We like to say things like, let's just have empathy. We don't know what she's going through. Yes, you can have empathy while at the same time holding somebody accountable, especially when it pertains to a child who cannot advocate for himself. That is also the reason why I talk about this. It is an innocent child that cannot advocate for himself, so we must advocate.
In a rare moment of direct response, Hannah addressed the flinch video. She claimed that it was being misinterpreted, insisting that her husband and son often play games that involve scaring each other. According to her, the flinch was simply a reaction to one of these games and nothing more. She described her husband as a loving, caring father who would never harm their children. She even went so far as to say that social media was twisting their family dynamics into something they weren't. But her explanation did not sit well with many. The defensive motion in the video did not look playful. It looked instinctual. And her refusal to address the other incidents, like the bruises or the jacket scenario, left people feeling like she was dodging accountability. For those following this story, the situation feels eerily similar to another high-profile case. Ruby Franke, another parenting influencer, faced years of criticism for her extreme and questionable parenting methods. CPS and law enforcement were called to her home multiple times, but no significant action was taken until it was too late. Ruby eventually landed in jail and her children were removed from her care. The delay in intervention had devastating consequences for her family. The parallels are hard to ignore. Both cases involve parenting influencers whose content raised serious red flags. Both cases saw viewers stepping in to report their concerns, and in both cases, the systems meant to protect children were slow to act.
Ruby Franke's son said that his mom's business partner, Jody Hildebrandt, tied him up with ropes and used cayenne pepper and honey to treat wounds from the ropes, according to search warrants. The 12-year-old boy escaped Hildebrandt's home on August 30th with duct tape around his ankles and wrists and went to seek help from a neighbor, who described the boy as emaciated. Police found ropes, bandages, handcuffs, bowls containing a paste made of cayenne pepper and honey, and more at Hildebrandt's house, according to the Associated Press. Hildebrandt and Franke each face 6 felony counts of aggravated child abuse, and neither of them has entered a plea. Both women are in jail without bond.
Will Hannah's story follow the same path? Or will authorities intervene before things escalate further? Hannah's story is about more than just one family. It's a reflection of a troubling trend among parenting influencers who seem willing to sacrifice their children's privacy and possibly their safety for likes, followers, and viral fame. We've seen it before. The Jenkins family faced backlash for making their kids sleep on the floor to create a viral moment.
You have to move your kitchen table out of the kitchen so your kids can sleep on the floor? And then you're having more kids. You're not financially stable with the ones that you have, but you want to grow your family. It doesn't make sense to me. And you speak about judgment in your post. You put this on the internet for everybody to see. Of course we are going to judge you because we know that it's not right. Stop having kids and learn how to become financially stable for the ones that you do have. This is actually very sad because this continues to happen time and time again. It's very selfish.
Alana Harris was accused of making her child sick for sympathy and clout, and now Hannah stands accused of neglecting her child in pursuit of internet stardom. These cases highlight the dark side of influencer culture, where the pressure to stay relevant and generate views can lead to shocking and harmful decisions. As of now, it's unclear what will happen next. Will CPS act on the reports? Will the nursing board launch an investigation? Or will Hannah continue to operate unchecked, leveraging the controversy to boost her platform?
Such as multiple videos of her kid asking for food or showing that he is hungry and her giving him just a piece of bread for lunch. He literally states that this is his lunch.
Tiny little piece. Because honestly, this will probably be his lunch because it's already past nap time. So when we go home, we're going straight to bed. Mama doesn't mess around with nap time. We are not missing nap time.
But this is not the only one. There's a video here of them eating, and it looks like a toddler eating a salad, and he's just sitting there while the adults are eating french fries and chicken tenders. And if you could see the look on his face, he just looks very sad. There's another clip of her only giving him a piece of bread in the car for food because she doesn't want him to eat in the car while they're eating their food.
They'll freaking slap. James was asking for a bite, and I said, we're in the new car. I'm not giving you a whole sub sandwich, but you can have a bite of my bread. That's what you can have.
One thing is certain, this story is far from over, and as it unfolds, it serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers of sharing private family moments in a public space. So what do you think? Is this a case of misunderstanding, or are we witnessing something far more serious? Let's keep watching, loves, because this story isn't going away anytime soon.